For years, people have believed the same old story that Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian intentionally leaked the infamous tape that skyrocketed Kim to fame. But let me tell y'all right now, they got it all wrong. And I know. How do I know? Because I was there. I actually worked with Steve Hirsch, the CEO of Vivid Entertainment, the company that released the tape. Today, I'm setting the record straight with the real story behind the Kim Kardashian and Ray J tape and her rise to superstardom. Let's go. Now, let's go back to 2003 when the tape was actually shot. At this point, Kim and Ray J were in a relationship, but they weren't exactly Hollywood's power players yet. This was around the time of Kim running in the same circles as Paris Hilton, who had her own private tape scandal in 2004. But let's now fast forward to 2007, the year the tape went public and changed everything. By this time, Ray J and Kim were already over. But here's the part that nobody seems to know. Kim and Kris did not leak the tape. In fact, Kim was furious when she found out it was out there. Vivid received the footage through a third party, not Kris, not Kim, and according to Ray J, not Ray J. Now, for years, Kim and Kris thought it was Ray J, right? They thought Ray J was the one that leaked the tape. A lot of people around the Hollywood circles were saying Ray J leaked that tape. But as for right now, since we don't have proof that it was Ray J, we'll say not Kris, not Kim, nor Ray J. A completely different source had their hands on it first. And Kim wanted nothing to do with it. She even sued Vivid to try and stop its release. Here's where the real receipts come in. If Kim and Kris had leaked this tape, why would Kim sue Vivid Entertainment? She hired Paris Hilton's legal team and took them to court, fighting tooth and nail to block the release. In the end, Kim settled the lawsuit for $5 million. But let me be clear. And again, I was there. I was working for Vivid. Was actually working for Mr. Hirsch at the time. Vivid wouldn't have paid her a dime if she was the one who handed over the tape in the first place. That's not how it works in this industry. If she leaked it herself, she wouldn't have had legal grounds to sue. If Kris had leaked it, they wouldn't have had legal grounds to sue. The settlement alone proves she was fighting against it. So people will ask, why did Kim agree to go along with it if she was fighting against it? Well, why didn't she stop it, they would say. Because by the time she found out, it was already too late. The footage was already circling online. And her legal team knew they couldn't stop the spread of it. So instead of dragging out a legal battle that would ultimately do more harm than good, they convinced her to settle. And this is where people get confused. The lawsuit, the settlement, the media frenzy, this wasn't a mastermind plan by Kris Jenner. It was actually damage control after the fact. Kris saw the wave coming and chose to ride it, but she didn't create it. So here is what happens when Kris Jenner comes into the mix. Kris Jenner came in after she had already saw that there was nothing that could be done, right? So Vivid had a meeting with Kim and said, you might as well ride it out. Come along for the ride. Because if you stop it right now and don't give us consent, sure, we'll walk away and we won't have anything to do with it. However, it's going to find its way to the internet. It's already circulating or through the internet. So you're not going to get a dime from it. So you might as well just, let it play out and get some money from it. All right? So for all the non-believers out there saying Kris Jenner orchestrated this whole thing, here's the truth. Kim did not willingly leak the tape. Kris was not the mastermind behind it. Kim was absolutely devastated and fought to stop it. The reality is, a third party leaked it. Kim fought back legally, but once it was out, she made the best of a bad situation. And let's be real, y'all. That tape didn't make Kim famous. She turned it into an empire. But her work ethic and business mind took her to where she is today. Of course the tape helped. But a lot of people say, well, she was a nobody when the tape dropped. Actually, that's false. Kim wasn't a nobody. Her father was Robert Kardashian, so everyone else, she came from a famous family. Her stepfather was Bruce Jenner. Her father had defended O.J. Simpson. Plus, she was known around town as every time you saw Paris, you saw Kim. So when Paris Hilton was out in those LA circles, so was Kim Kardashian. And then by the time, because there was so much back and forth and so much talk, on the streets, as they say, of Hollywood, by the time the movie actually came out, she was a star by then. And then shortly after that, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which, let's be clear, was already in the making. They already had signed for Keeping Up with the Kardashians before the sex tape. However, the tape, of course, enhanced everything. Let's make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more real industry stories. And let me know, do you still think Kris leaked the tape? Or do you believe the real story given to you from none other than someone who was there? Your boy Heaven Hollywood. Just give me a thumbs up at the bottom. We'll catch you on the next one. It's been Industry Stories. We out.